My producer and I have been wondering, have you heard of Black Lives Matter lately? You don't hear, well, I don't, and my producer haven't, don't hear a lot about Black Lives Matter. Well, let's go to this clip from the Daily Mail and see what's up with Black Lives Matter. Watch this. Hello, Black Lives Matter. How y'all? They still destroying, attacking cops, very destructive. One of the worst organizations on this side of heaven. Make the KKK look like angels sent by God, because the Black Lives Matter is definitely angels sent by Satan. Yep, they're still violent. Still, nothing has changed. And what you were looking at just now, if you're watching it live, according to the Daily Mail, footage from this past weekend showed Black Lives Matter protesters as they clash with NYPD, New York Police Department, resulting with one protester allegedly pouring gasoline all over a cop car. The protests were over the fatal shooting of somebody I don't even want to mention, who, according to police, had been shooting a firearm toward a group when he was met by two off-duty police officers. And allegedly this guy was a Hispanic guy. And he was met by two officers. He saw shooting. He was already shooting into the group, according to this report. And so he was met by two off-duty police officers. He began to fire rounds at them. And he died in the gunfight. And because of that, Black Lives Matter is tearing down the city, destroying the city, attacking police officers. Where's the media on this? Where's the so-called Justice Department? Where are the FBI and all the other agencies that's supposed to be putting these people in jail for insurrection? Where are they? Oh, I know. They were not white people doing it. So they have a right to be mad about nothing but brainwashed and low-life people, no morals. Burning down New York. And they're going to, and if they should get arrested, most don't, but they're out of they walk in and walk out. No bail's bond. They're black and too many black people in jail already. You lowered the standard in a Christian country, a Judeo-Christian country. And believe me, if you doubt me, check yourself, know thyself, you will see that if you don't deal with evil, it's only going to get worse. Black Lives Matter will only get worse unless the people speak up and say no more. Because your government is not on your side. And Republicans, you only have one-party system now, the Republican voters, because the representatives do not represent Republicans. They are Democrats. We have a one-party system. If you listen closely, you will see that the Republicans don't care about what Black Lives Matter are doing. I was saying on Sunday, I think I said Sunday, Republicans are followers. They are not leaders. They follow. They followed when the media and the blacks convinced the so-called black leaders, convinced others that Jim Crow was about white people, white Republicans, and that it was racist against the blacks from white Republicans, when we all knew at the time and know now, that, most don't know now, but that that Jim Crow law was the Democratic Party keeping blacks out of it. But because the Republicans are followers and not leaders, they let the Democrats win that debate and give a false impression that it was about white Republicans. And then they said, well, when the Republican Party came about, they said, well, the Republicans went, the racist Democrats went to the Republican Party. That's not true. The Republican Party was founded by blacks and whites who were not in favor of what the Democrats were doing. But the Republicans allowed the debate to be won by the Democrats, and now they're convinced, especially the blacks, that Jim Crow was about racism. It was about the Democrats not wanting you to be a part of their party. And when they realized they needed the blacks, they made a deal with the civil rights movement people. If you let us have the blacks, we will give them welfare and take care of them, and we'll let y'all be their leaders. And they said, oh, okay. And it's been hell to pay ever since. You got to take back your life. As an adult, as an adult, you're responsible. When I moved to LA as an adult, I went through hell, but I was responsible. A lot of things I got into, I didn't see what I was doing, but I was responsible for it. 18 years old and up. 888-7753-773. Back in a moment.